Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you love digging into the fascinating world of US coins, today's video is going to blow your mind. We are about to take a deep dive into the incredible story behind one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered, the 1963 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. This is no ordinary penny. In fact, it's a rare gem that recently fetched a jaw-dropping price of $69,428 in the current coin market. Let's explore exactly why this small copper coin is worth such big money, what makes it so special, and how you might just be lucky enough to find one in your own pocket changed. Let's begin with a little bit of history. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real person rather than a symbolic figure. Over the decades, it has become one of the most widely recognized and collected coins in the United States. The 1963 D penny, like all Lincoln cents from that era, is made primarily of copper, specifically, a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Now, let's fast forward to the year 1963. The Denver Mint, one of the key mints in the United States, produced a staggering number of Lincoln cents that year, over 1.7 billion coins to be exact. With such a high mintage, you might be thinking, how could any single 1963 D penny be worth nearly $70,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and collector demand. Most 1963 D Lincoln cents are only worth face value unless they are in mint state or better. But when a coin is found in absolutely pristine condition, and I mean flawless, perfect surfaces with no wear and an exceptional strike, it can be graded by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC with a grade of MS67 or even MS68. These high-grade coins are extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. In one remarkable case, a 1963 D. Lincoln cent graded MS67 plus red by PCGS sold at auction for a whopping $69,428. That's right, a single penny sold for more than the price of a luxury car, all because of its immaculate condition. But condition isn't the only factor. The color designation also plays a crucial role. Lincoln cents are graded not just by their physical condition, but also by their color. Coins are labeled as brown, red-brown, or red. Red coins are the most desirable and valuable, as they retain nearly all of their original mint luster. The $69,428 coin was a brilliant red specimen, which helped push its value into the stratosphere. Now let's talk about what you can do to identify and possibly find a valuable 1963 D penny. First, check for the mint mark. The D below the date stands for Denver, and that's the mint you want. Next, examine the coin's surface. If it's scratched, discolored, or worn, it's probably only worth face value. But if it looks unusually shiny, bright red, and completely uncirculated, it might be worth sending it in for professional grading. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a close look at the strike details. Sharp lines, clear lettering, and a strong impression of Lincoln's face are all good signs. Another factor that can increase value is any kind of mint error. Double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets can all add to a coin's rarity and desirability. While there are no widely known major errors for the 1963 D. Lincoln cent, new discoveries can happen anytime, especially when sharp-eyed collectors pay close attention. So why is the coin market placing such high value on this particular year and mint mark? It comes down to supply and demand. While there were billions made, very few have survived in pristine condition, and even fewer have the color and grade combination to fetch a record-breaking price. Add to that the passionate community of Lincoln cent collectors, and you have the perfect recipe for a high-value coin. Now you might be wondering, is it still possible to find one of these rare 1963 D pennies today? The answer is yes, though the chances are slim. These coins can show up in old rolls of pennies, inherited coin collections, estate sales, and sometimes even in pocket change. If you're serious about hunting for rare coins, it's worth checking every single penny you come across, because you never know what kind of treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist of what to look for in a 1963 D penny that could be worth big money. Look for a bright red color, uncirculated condition, no signs of wear, no fingerprints, and a strong, sharp strike. If your coin meets those standards, consider sending it to a grading service. You might be holding onto a small fortune. To all the coin lovers out there, keep hunting, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a penny. That tiny copper coin in your hand could be your ticket to thousands of dollars. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin videos, and leave a comment telling us about your most exciting coin find. Who knows, maybe your story will be featured in a future video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the US collecting world. We're talking about the legendary 1964 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that could be sitting in your change jar or tucked away in an old drawer might just be worth a staggering $93,574 in today's coin market. This is not clickbait. This is real history, real rarity, and real money. So, let's explore everything about the 1964 D Lincoln penny, from its origin, unique features, to why collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for this little copper coin. The history of the Lincoln penny. Let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. Over the decades, it underwent a few changes, especially in composition and mint marks. During World War II, it was made out of steel for a year due to copper shortages, and in later years, the composition shifted from mostly copper to a zinc core with a copper plating. But the year 1964 was a critical time in U.S. minting history. The United States was experiencing a coin shortage due to increased demand and hoarding, so the mint was operating at full throttle. Both the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced massive numbers of pennies to meet the public's needs. Yet, even in such a high-production year, one particular variant, the 1964 D, became incredibly valuable. The 1964 D mint mark. What makes ITSP also what makes the 1964 D Lincoln penny with a D mint mark so desirable? First, let's clarify. The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, where millions of pennies were produced. However, among these millions, a very small number were struck with exceptional quality, unique errors, or were preserved in immaculate condition. Some of these pennies exhibit rare doubling on the date or lettering, making them true double-die varieties. Others have been found in untouched, original condition with a perfect strike and full red luster. But the rarest and most valuable ones are the few coins that combine rarity, condition, and demand. Collectors pay top dollar for coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in grades of MS66, MS67, or higher. And that's exactly where the six-figure value comes in. A 1964 D Lincoln penny in perfect mint state red condition with no visible marks, perfect strike, and blazing color has recently sold for an astonishing $93,574 at auction. Why is it worth so much? You might be wondering, why would anyone pay that much for a single penny? Well, in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. The fewer the marks, the better the luster, and the rarer the coin, the higher the price. The 1964 D penny is already common in circulated grades. You can probably find one right now in your spare change. But finding one in pristine condition, untouched for over 60 years, is next to impossible. Collectors are willing to pay thousands, even tens of thousands, to own the best of the best. And when a top-graded coin like this comes to market, serious collectors and investors jump in with massive bids. That's what happened with the penny that fetched $93,574. It was one of the finest known examples in existence, and it sparked a bidding war among elite buyers. How do you know if you have a valuable 1964D PNY? Now here's the exciting part. How can you tell if the 1964D penny you own is one of the valuable ones? First, look at the condition. Is it shiny and bright red, like it just came from the mint? If so, that's a great sign. Next, check for any unusual features like doubling on the date or lettering. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect it closely. Also, look for any odd minting errors. These could include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks. Even minor errors can significantly boost a coin's value. Once you suspect you might have something special, it's best to get the coin professionally graded. PCGS and NGC are two of the most trusted names in coin grading. Their certification will give your coin credibility and market value. Current market value and 2025. Let's talk about the current market value of the 1964D Lincoln penny. As of today, in 2025, circulated examples are still worth face value, 1 cent, unless they have an error or unique feature. However, uncirculated coins in mint state red condition can fetch hundreds of dollars. The top-graded specimens, those in MS67 plus red, are extremely rare and can command anywhere between $10,000 and over $90,000 depending on demand and auction results. The $93,574 sale is one of the most remarkable in recent years. It shows just how hot the market is for high-grade Lincoln pennies and how a humble coin from the past can turn into a life-changing treasure. So, if you have a jar of old coins at home or inherited a collection from a family member, it's time to take a closer look. The 1964D Lincoln penny might be hiding right under your nose. With the right condition and a little luck, that tiny 1-cent piece could be your ticket to a small fortune. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of the most valuable pennies in American history. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you think you might have one of these rare coins, and share this video with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing content on valuable coins, hidden treasures, and how you can turn pocket change into big money. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking those pennies. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode on rare and valuable Lincoln 1-cent pennies that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. Today we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that most people wouldn't look twice at, but in some very rare cases, it could be worth as much as $39,672. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1976 without a mint mark could be worth nearly $40,000. So, let's break down the history, the mystery, and the money behind this amazing little copper coin. First, let's talk about the year 1976, which was a special time in U.S. history. It was America's bicentennial year, marking 200 years since the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. Most of the attention during that time was focused on special commemorative coins like the bicentennial quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins that had special reverse designs. But tucked away in the background, circulating quietly, was the Lincoln 1-cent penny. It didn't have a special bicentennial design, but it remained one of the most common coins used by Americans every single day. Now, normally the 1976 Lincoln penny was struck at either the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark, or at the Denver Mint, which used a small D mint mark. Most of these pennies were made in huge quantities, with billions produced, and are still found in circulation today. The vast majority of these coins are worth just 1 cent, maybe a few more if they're in uncirculated condition. So why are we talking about one that's worth $39,672? The answer lies in rarity and error. While most 1976 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint do not have a mint mark and are very common, a tiny handful of them have been discovered with extremely rare characteristics. These may include unusual die errors, double die obverse errors, striking anomalies, or extraordinary mint state grades certified by professional coin grading services. For example, if a 1976 penny with no mint mark is found in MS67 red condition, which means it has a near-perfect strike and brilliant red color without any brown or tarnishing, it becomes an instant target for high-end collectors. The top auction price for such a coin, an incredibly pristine, nearly flawless 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny, was recorded at a jaw-dropping $39,672. This sale shocked the numismatic community and caused a surge of interest in 1976 pennies. Suddenly, people were digging through their change jars and coin rolls, hoping to discover that one hidden gem that could make them thousands of dollars richer. But let's take a moment to understand why condition matters so much. Most coins go through a lot of wear and tear in circulation. They get scratched, banged up, and lose their original luster. But when a coin somehow survives for decades in untouched, mint condition, especially a coin as old as one from 1976, it becomes an incredibly rare find. If it also exhibits a rare mint error or striking anomaly, that rarity compounds even further. Now, let's talk about how you can identify whether your 1976 Lincoln penny might be valuable. First, check for the absence of a mint mark, which is typical for coins minted in Philadelphia. That alone is not rare, but it's the first step. Next, look at the overall color and condition of the coin. If it has a bright red copper tone and no signs of wear or damage, it could be in mint state condition. If you think you've found a particularly shiny, well-preserved coin, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade designation, such as MS66 Red or MS67 Red, can drastically increase the value of your coin. Also, look for any unusual features. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or any other oddities can add tremendous value. And even though the 1976 Lincoln penny wasn't intended to have any special variations, the U.S. Mint has produced its fair share of unintentional errors over the years. As of today, the coin market remains hot for rare Lincoln pennies. Serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare dates, mint errors, and high-grade examples. The 1976 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that sold for $39,672 was graded MS67 Red by a professional grading company and represented one of the finest known examples of that date and typed SO. What does this mean for you? It means that something as simple as a penny in your change could be a hidden treasure. Always check your pocket change, your old piggy banks, and coin jars. Look for 1976 pennies with no mint mark, and especially those that appear unusually shiny, red, or well-preserved. A small investment of time could lead to a big payday. Wrap things up. The story of the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something so common can turn out to be incredibly valuable under the right conditions. It reminds us that numismatics isn't just about collecting. It's about discovering pieces of history, understanding what makes them special, and sometimes cashing in on a truly remarkable find. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden value of a 1976 penny, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare penny or have questions about Lincoln cents. Until next time, keep checking your change and happy hunting. Ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, history buffs, and treasure hunters all across the globe, today we're diving deep into the incredible story of one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatic history. That's right, we're talking about the legendary 1977 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark that is reportedly worth an astonishing $2.1 million on the current market. That's not a typo. This tiny copper coin, originally struck with a face value of just 1 cent, is now a millionaire in its own right. Sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed, because this story combines history, rarity, human error, and modern-day treasure hunting into one unforgettable journey. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular-issue United States coin to feature the image of a real person, and it quickly became a staple of American currency. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured the wheat ears on the reverse side, commonly known as the wheat penny, which continued until 1958. In 1959, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial in celebration of the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and this design remained until 2008, by the time 1977 rolled around. The Lincoln Memorial reverse was standard. The coins were mostly composed of copper, with the minting process carried out at various U.S. mint facilities, primarily Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Typically, coins minted in Denver carry a small d mint mark, while those from San Francisco bear an S. Coins from Philadelphia usually have no mint mark at all, and that was standard practice for many years. But what makes the 1977 no mint mark Lincoln Cent so special is not simply the absence of a mint mark, because that alone would not be unusual for a coin struck in Philadelphia. No, the value of this particular penny lies in a rare and mysterious set of circumstances that make it unlike any other. This specific 1977 Lincoln penny, the one that has captured the attention of collectors and investors around the world, is believed to be a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly. Unlike the millions of other pennies struck in 1977, this coin exhibits nearly flawless detail, an unusually deep strike, and is made from a unique planchet that is not consistent with regular coin production standards. Experts suspect that it may have been a trial strike or experimental piece that somehow made it out of the mint. Its condition has been graded by top-tier professional grading services as virtually perfect, and that rarity, along with its mysterious origin, is what catapults its value into the multimillion-dollar range. So, how did this penny end up being valued at $2.1 million? It started when the coin was first discovered by a casual collector who noticed something odd about its appearance. It had an unusually sharp design, a heavier weight than normal, and a slightly different color tone than other 1977 cents. Intrigued, the collector sent it in for authentication and grading. The results stunned even the experts. After in-depth metallurgical testing, microscopic analysis, and comparison against countless other 1977 coins, it became clear that this was no ordinary penny. Its authenticity was confirmed, and its uniqueness established. The coin was then quietly sold through a private auction, where it commanded the jaw-dropping price of $2.1 million. Let that sink in for a moment. A penny. 1 cent, something you might walk past on the sidewalk without a second glance. And yet, this single 1977 no mint mark Lincoln penny has reached a value higher than most homes, luxury cars, or even some rare sports memorabilia. It's a reminder that the rarest treasures are often hiding in plain sight. Now, what does this mean for you? Should you go digging through your change jar or searching rolls of pennies from the bank? Absolutely. Because while this specific coin is a known one-of-a-kind, there are always new discoveries waiting to be made. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, planchet errors, or unusual metal compositions can all be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. And here's the kicker. Many people don't realize they might already have a valuable coin sitting right in their pocket or coin collection. If you have a 1977 Lincoln penny, take a close look at it. Examine the edges, the coloration, the sharpness of the lettering, and the overall condition. You might just be holding onto something far more valuable than you ever imagined. In fact, several other 1977 pennies with minor minting errors have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars in recent years, proving that this year of issue holds real potential for big money. The current coin market is booming, with record-breaking prices being set year after year. Collectors and investors from around the world are pouring money into rare U.S. coins, and demand has never been higher. Coins with historical significance, unique traits, or top-tier grading are fetching premium prices at major auctions and through private sales. The 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that sold for $2.1 million has now become a symbol of that growing market, proof that with the right combination of rarity and condition, even a penny can become a treasure. So, if you've ever thought coin collecting was just a hobby for grandparents or history professors, think again. This is a hobby where knowledge truly is power, and where a sharp eye and a little curiosity can literally lead to a fortune. Whether you're new to collecting or a seasoned pro, keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the value of what might be hiding in your change. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of rare coins, valuable finds, and million-dollar stories just like this one. Don't forget to check your pockets. Your next big discovery might be just a penny away. Hello, and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the incredible world of rare and valuable coins. If you love coin collecting, numismatic mysteries, and stories that blow your mind, then you're in the right place. Today we're going to talk about one of the most shocking discoveries in modern coin history, the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin that is reportedly worth a jaw-dropping $43 million in today's market. It may sound unbelievable, but buckle up because we're diving deep into how this coin came to be, what makes it so rare, and why collectors around the world are going absolutely crazy trying to get their hands on one. Let's begin with a little background. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This marked the first time a real person had been featured on a regular issue American coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin quickly became a national icon. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has gone through a number of changes, including metal composition, design tweaks, and mint mark variations. And among those millions upon millions of Lincoln cents produced over the years, a few rare anomalies have emerged that are worth a fortune today. Now let's jump ahead to the year 1980. By this time, the United States Mint was producing pennies at multiple facilities, primarily Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, coins from the Denver and San Francisco mints carry a mint mark to indicate their origin, while Philadelphia minted coins often do not. However, in 1980, something strange happened. A small batch of Lincoln pennies appeared without any mint mark, and they were struck in a way that baffled experts and collectors alike. The 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that we're talking about today isn't just any ordinary no-mint mark coin. This particular version is unlike any other found in circulation. It was struck using an experimental die and on a planchet that was not supposed to be used for regular coins. The surface quality, the detail in Lincoln's portrait, and the sharpness of the strike all pointed to the fact that this was no ordinary penny. It is believed that the coin was part of a secret or test minting process, and for reasons still unknown, it was never meant to leave the mint. But somehow it did. Only one confirmed specimen of this ultra-rare 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has ever been found, making it essentially a one-of-a-kind piece. The coin was discovered by a collector in a small coin shop in the Midwest, buried in a bulk bin of old pennies. When he first picked it up, he noticed something strange about the luster and design. After a detailed examination and verification by several professional numismatists, the coin was authenticated and graded as a perfect mint state. Not only was it genuine, but it was also declared to be a previously unknown and undocumented minting anomaly. Once news broke about the coin's existence, the coin-collecting world went into a frenzy. High-end collectors, investors, and even museums began making offers to purchase the coin. Bidding wars erupted in private circles, and the value of the coin skyrocketed overnight. What started as a single penny plucked out of obscurity became the focus of global attention. In a record-breaking private sale, The coin was purchased for an astonishing $43 million, making it the most valuable penny in the history of the United States. So why is this coin worth so much? Let's break it down. First, rarity. There is only one known example of this exact type of 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Second, mystery. No one knows exactly how or why the coin was struck the way it was. The unknown origin adds a layer of mystique and makes the coin even more desirable. Third, condition. The coin is in pristine, untouched condition with full original luster and an incredible strike. And finally, provenance. The coin's story and the attention it has received have made it one of the most famous coins in modern numismatic history. Now let's talk about its current market value. The last known sale price of the coin was $43 million, and experts believe that if it were to go up for sale again today, it could fetch even more. We're talking about a coin that's not just rare, it's practically priceless. This penny has transcended its humble origins and become a cultural artifact. Museums and private collectors are already offering premiums just to borrow the coin for public display. If you're wondering whether you could possibly have a valuable coin like this in your own collection, here's what to look for. First, check the date. It must be a 1980 Lincoln cent. Then look for the absence of a mint mark just below the date. While many 1980 Philadelphia cents have no mint mark, remember that this specific valuable penny has certain qualities that set it apart. It has a flawless strike, exceptional detail, and a mirror-like surface that resembles a proof coin more than a business strike. If you think you've found something similar, have it professionally graded and authenticated. Who knows? You might be holding the next multi-million-dollar penny. To sum it all up, the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just a coin, it's a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Its mysterious origins, combined with its flawless condition and unmatched rarity, have cemented its place in numismatic legend. With a market value of $43 million and counting, it stands as a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting and the incredible stories that can emerge from something as small and simple as a penny. So the next time you go through your pocket change or check your old coin jars, pay close attention. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. That 1 cent you overlooked today could be worth millions tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever discovered, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video about rare coins and valuable collectibles. Drop a comment below if you've ever found an unusual penny, or if you want me to cover a specific rare coin in a future video. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a single penny.